Good evening, welcome back to Crochet with Lulu. I have done this video probably 4 times, and the last time I forgot who I was. So, welcome back to Crochet with Lulu and friends. Mickey's decided he wants up here. They're just kind of playing switch out, tag you're it. I have finished 2 more book pouches, and might I add, these were challenging. The yarns I used, I was not fond of. I am kind of a tight crocheter. My stitches are usually, I pull them tight, and that's just kind of been my thing for a long time. This yarn was so soft, I was having to double it around my finger. And it just was not, and then I would come back through the next row and the single, the V stitches at the top would be spread. And I thought, oh my word. So this one is one, and I don't know the names of this yarn. It feels like a Caron Simply Soft or Caron Simply Soft. Now I put the tag down here. I had done front post, back post, or front post and then regular double crochets on this row, and I didn't want the tag to hide it. So here's my button thing. Now what I done was I added it this time after the fact. I completely added the hook after the fact. This yarn was a little challenging in the fact that it was so soft. It was a struggle for me to get the stitches as tight as I wanted them. And then I'm not real good at tassel making. So I'm really not happy with this tassel. I'm probably gonna toss it and try to do another one. And it's really and truly, it's really too big for the book pouch, for where I have the key ring. Now these key rings are tiny, if you can see that. The last ones I ordered were too big, and as you know, I don't handle ordering things real well. So I usually never know what I've ordered and what I'm getting until it arrives in the mail, and I'm like, surprise. So I'm pleased with it after I finished it. I really I even like the design that the yarn done on its own. I wish I knew the name of the yarn. It was such a beautiful yarn to work. I mean, it was beautiful, but I didn't enjoy the process. Let's put it that way. So if you know of a good tutorial on tassels, please let me know, because I really don't like my tassel making. This yarn was very challenging. I'm used to working with a stiffer yarn. This it's a Hobby Lobby, and it's a baby yarn. It's an eyelash yarn. And the baby camo or pink camo, pitter patter, it's beautiful, and the design worked up gorgeous. But the yarn again was like this. It was so soft to work with, and it just, I struggled. I really struggled. And then there's its little, I really haven't decided. I think I'll do a tassel once I learn how to do tassels. I would like to do a tassel for this one as well and make them shorter. But that's the book pouches. Now I am going to start making some that's, up and down instead of back and forth like this. Make them where they're, there. And then 2 more little ghosties. I don't really like this yarn. I don't know the name of the yarn. As you know, a lot of it was gifted, and this yarn is stiff enough, but it just does not feel, it's not pleasing. So I'm thankful this is more of just a Halloween make. So that's all I have to show you at this time. I do have something that I'm working on. I made the prototype up tonight, and there's some modifications I'll do to it. It's just little, but I will show you hopefully soon. It's not that it's a secret. It's when I tell you and I show you, I want it to look. If I told you what it looked like right now, you would laugh. Nothing bad. It just, I've struggled. Do any of you struggle with you enjoy crocheting, and it's not that I've lost my crojo, it's just sometimes things are challenging. I mean, I've been doing these little ghosts, but I really struggled for the last few days. I'm gonna say probably since Tuesday, I have really struggled even to do a magic ring, to do my count. I don't know what, I don't know if I'm just not keeping my focus on it. I guess is what maybe it is. I really don't know. But there again, I've not lost my crojo. I'm thankful for that. I have all these ideas going through my head. But I do need to get the ghost finished to send them off. I've got the book pouches. And then I can start working on things for the craft fair. And tell me what you think. I'm not like a lot of these craft fair preppers. I don't have a lot of space. 3 of my friends and I are sharing one table. I think we're just getting one table. And it was a challenge last year when we had 2 tables. So I'm leery-ish about what I take. I want to take things that I think will sell good in my community. And I done kind of a Facebook thing, and it was basically the small amigurumis. So I will probably do whales, and then of course, you know, it'll be before Halloween, so I'll do a bunch of the ghost. I think I'll do some gray ones, gray sparkly ones, and then the white. And then I would like to do some candy corns and do those. I do have a good pattern for that. So I'll probably do those. The whales, the ghost, and the candy corns. And then of course my traditional Christmas, the spinner ornaments. I may even do some Halloween color spinner ornaments. Oh my word. See, I've struggled with my speech. I may do some candy corn color ones. I thought about it, but I may do one and see what it looks like, and then I can always give it to somebody that looks like they really are desperate for a Halloween treat that day. You know, because I don't know. I've only done one craft fair, and that was last year, and we really did horrible. And the other crocheters around me, I didn't see. There was one crocheter selling left and right, but there was a woman, and you may have remembered me talking about this in my video after the craft fair last year. There was a lady there that done all kinds of beautiful sewing projects, and she made the book pouches on the pillows. They were beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It was just your standard throw pillow that a child could carry in a vehicle or on a bus, a van, or wherever. And she attached like a book pouch pocket. And I think she even had some books in some of hers. They were gorgeous. I mean, I would have been so attached to each one of those because they were just absolutely gorgeous. I didn't see her sell. I think she may have sold one. And it was just not a good craft fair day, in my opinion. And we were in a good location in the room. We were upstairs in, it was an American Legion building, and we were upstairs, and I loved being in, it's what is the auditorium for the veterans. And we had a good prime spot. I mean, when they came through the main door, you know, we were kind of at an angle from the doorway. But it just, I mean, there was like 3 or 4 vendors that I seen in that whole room doing really well. And the rest of us were just, I was giving things away. By the end of the day, I was tired. I had worked that morning and then gone there late, and I was just giving things away. So, long story even longer, I don't want to take big things. I do have a few beanies, and I may make a couple more beanies. There's a couple of things I have in mind for a Halloween and a Christmas one, and then the rest will be the small bag charms, I call them. So just kind of let me know, give me some ideas. I want to do good, and I know my friend quilts and makes things, and she makes handmade cards. And then my other friend, her and her mother crochets, and they've made beautiful baby blankets, and I don't think she sold a single blanket. So like I said, we'll be limited space. So I think I'm going to see if my son can fix me. I had a tree, but I don't know what I done with it. It was just a little Christmas tree. And I thought that would be cute if I had just a little miniature Christmas tree that I could just hang some of the things from that so people can see it instead of laying it on the table. I would like a dowel tree, but I don't think we really have time to work that up. So I'm just, I'm just trying to think of things that I can do that will work with my limitations as far as table space. But anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I think we'll do better because it's put on by the Quilting Guild in our area. So I'm sure there's going to be beautiful, beautiful handmade items there. And I'm looking forward to that. So give me your thoughts and suggestions on small projects that I can keep. I haven't tried making stitch markers or anything like that. And that would kind of be a limited thing, in my opinion. That would probably work well if I had an Etsy shop, which I have thought about doing an Etsy shop. Give me your feedback on Etsy versus Ravelry and the others. Just please, I beg you. And I thank you for watching my videos. I thank you for putting up with my silliness. But like I said, I have really struggled this week. I started a book pouch out of this yarn, and I got probably this much done. And I got to noticing there was huge holes. And I looked and I thought, well, have I missed a stitch? And I don't think I had missed a stitch. I don't know what I'd done. I don't know if maybe I'd added 2 stitches in one row and then, 1 stitch and then skipped it. I don't know, but it wasn't intentional. So I thought, I'm not even going to try to. It's eyelash yarn, and it's very hard for me to ravel. So I may have just lost that much of the eyelash yarn. I worked with this a couple of months ago when I first started my Agatha reading shawl. At the time, I didn't know I had enough of the, I think it's called Kelly Green. I didn't know that I had enough of that to do the reading shawl. So I was panicked. I was hitting panic mode because I'm one of them, I like to think ahead. So I got in my stash and I found this, And I thought, oh, it's so soft. That would be so squishy and so soft to my skin, you know, just to wear around my shoulders and my arms. I'm going to make it quite long when I finish the shawl. But this is so soft, and it actually feels fairly warm. But I didn't struggle using it like I thought I would. But for some reason, and I think I overthought. I think I overthought. And I do that sometimes. I get in my own head space and I overthink something, just like the tassel. A tassel should be so very easy. But again, I struggle. So I'm going to close this video out because I'm struggling. My word of the day. You know, I have these words of the day sometimes. But I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I went to a little clothing thing this morning, and I found somebody that's very near and dear to us there in the nursing home, and I found them a few shirts and long sleeve things, and so I was proud of that. The rest of the day I have been at home, and I have been crocheting. The biggest portion of my evening, I shall say. So I don't think I'm going to crochet anymore tonight. If I do, I may work on some candy corn. And then, like I said, I've got to get the ghost finished. But thank you for watching. Thank you again for subscribing. Thank you for all of the comments. I do try to answer every comment. If I have missed your comment, please go back and comment again and say something so that it notifies me that I do have a comment. Because I try, I'll even go back through my videos sometimes and just see. I thought I had yarn fuzz on my hand. Mickey. Bless him. They've been so precious today. My little cousin has one of their sisters, Sky, and she sent me some things today, and her husband brought, and I set them on the porch. And the first trip they made outside after he had left, they started smelling those it's throw pillows for my couch outside and my porch furniture. And so they were just smelling, and I felt so sorry for them. Say hello, Mickey. Mick. They're so sweet. They've got the best personality. They're so sweet. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.